Tonight, I tell you something very simple and very terrible and very wonderful. Your inner speech is forming tomorrow. Not the words you throw around in the outer world, the ones you whisper inside your own mind when no one is watching. Those words are seeds. Those seeds must become your world. It must. It must. You may believe you are at the mercy of forces outside yourself. You may believe money, people, the economy, the body, the past, all hold power over you. But I say to you, gently and firmly, you are the operant power. You are not a beggar. You are the one who imagines. You are not waiting on life. Life is waiting on you. Listen to yourself for a moment. Not to me, to you. What do you say about tomorrow when you lie in bed and stare at the ceiling? Do you rehearse loss? Do you expect disappointment? Do you imagine rejection, bills, sickness, loneliness, delay? Or do you, in the secrecy of your own mind, walk as one who is already answered, already supplied, already loved, already healed? I tell you, your inner speech is your prayer, and all true prayer is answered. It must. You see, imagination creates reality, not sometimes, always. Every assumption you take as true, every quiet phrase you repeat until it feels natural, hardens into fact. You think you are simply thinking about your life. You are not. You are decreeing your life. There is a vast difference between thinking of a thing and thinking from a thing. To think of wealth is to stand outside it and long for it. To think from wealth is to sit inwardly as the one for whom abundance is normal, easy, unquestioned. Do not think of money, think from money. Do not think of love, think from love. Do not think of health, think from health. You have been given the power to occupy states. A state is a way of being, a way of seeing, a way of feeling. From that state, inner speech flows automatically like a fountain, and tomorrow is only the echo of that fountain. So if you want a different tomorrow, you must not chase shadows. You must change the fountain. Your inner speech is the fountain. Tonight, I want you to become aware of your inner murmurings. You will find that you are talking all the time. You speak to those who have wronged you. You explain yourself. You defend. You accuse. You justify. You complain. You fear. You do it without even moving your lips. That inner theater is not private. It is the workshop of your world. There was once a man who came to me and said, I do everything right. I work hard. I pray. I give. Yet I am always one step behind. I cannot keep money. It dissolves the moment I receive it. I asked him, what do you say to yourself when you receive money? He thought for a moment and said, I always think it won't last. Something will come up. This is never enough. Those words were not harmless. They were laws he passed in the court of his own consciousness. And life, being perfectly obedient, proved him right. So I told him, dare to speak differently, even when the amount in your hand seems small. When you receive, say within yourself, money comes easily to me. This is the smallest it will ever be. I am always supplied. Do not argue with appearances. Let this be the inner word that repeats itself until it feels true. He began doing this not mechanically but feelingly, as one stepping into a new state. At first, nothing outside changed. Appearances were slow, heavy, resistant. But the inner fountain had been altered. Within a few months, unexpected opportunities appeared. Debts were cancelled in ways he could not have imagined. An old friend, hearing of his skills, offered him a position many times better than what he had been chasing. He did not force this by effort. He changed his inner speech, and the world rearranged to match it. This is the law. Your inner words are assumptions. Assumption hardens into fact. Feeling is the secret that makes those words fertile. When you say within, I am always provided for, and you feel the relief, the safety, the softness of that being true, you have planted a living seed. Do not ask when it will appear. Do not ask how. That is not your office. You are the one who assumes. Life is the obedient servant that builds the bridge of incidents to carry you from where you seem to be to where you truly are in imagination. The bridge may look ordinary. It may look like phone calls, meetings, delays, apparent disappointments. But if you remain faithful to the inner word, you will look back and say, everything that happened had to happen to bring me here. You will see that nothing was wasted. So I say to you now, listen to your inner speech regarding money. If it is the speech of a beggar, of one always chasing, always behind, always afraid, then do not condemn yourself. Simply recognize this is a state, and a state is not a prison. It is a garment. You can take it off. You can put another on. Close your eyes now, just for a moment. Let the outer world fade. In your imagination, feel your hat. Endless bonds, not as they are, but as the hands of one who handles money with ease and familiarity. See yourself opening a banking app or reading a statement or counting cash, whatever symbolizes abundance to you. Do not stand outside the scene watching yourself like a stranger. Be in it. Look through your own eyes. Hear yourself saying within, this is normal for me. Money is always here. I live in overflow. Hear it. Feel it. Let the words be warm, not desperate. You are not pleading, you are recognizing. You live in the end, you do not crawl toward wealth. You stand as the wealthy one now, in imagination. From that place, your inner speech changes. You no longer say, how will I pay? You say, of course it is paid. The way is already prepared. You do not say, no one will help me. You say, life is always raising up people to bless me. I am never without help. Stay there for a breath. Let it sink in. This is not fantasy. This is the cause. Now listen to how you speak about love. You may think your loneliness is caused by others, by their rejection, their neglect, their blindness. But I tell you, the world is yourself pushed out. If in your inner speech you play the role of the unwanted one, the one who is always too much or not enough, then you have assigned yourself a part in the drama of life. And life, the perfect director, will cast others to play opposite you in harmony with that script. There was a woman who once came to me in tears. She said, every relationship ends the same way. I am always abandoned for someone else. Tell me why this keeps happening. I asked her, what do you say about yourself when you are alone? She hesitated, then confessed, I always imagine them leaving. I rehearse the arguments before they happen. I tell myself, of course this won't last. Who would stay with me? Those were not idle thoughts. They were spells she cast upon herself. She was not cursed by others. She was cursing herself with her own inner word. So I invited her to a new role. I said, tonight, as you lie in bed, imagine you are already cherished. Feel a pair of loving arms around you. Hear a voice saying, I choose you. I am not going anywhere. Do not try to name the person. Do not ask how you will meet. Feel only that you are wanted, chosen, treasured. And from that state, let your inner speech change. Instead of predicting abandonment, softly say to yourself, I am always loved. I am always chosen. She began to do this. At first, the old thoughts tried to return. The old state tried to reclaim her. But she persisted, gently but firmly, in the new inner speech. Within months, she met someone quite unlike the ones she had known before. There was no desperate chasing, no warning alarms in her heart. It was quiet, steady, natural. For the first time, she felt what she had been feeling in imagination. I am chosen. Again, she did not manipulate anyone. She changed the role she played in her inner conversations. The world answered, your relationships are mirrors of inner speech. If you condemn others inwardly, if you nurse resentments and replay grievances, life will give you more scenes to justify those feelings. But if you dare to speak kindly within, to bless even those who seem against you by imagining them better, you will find enemies dissolving, misunderstandings clearing, people shifting before your eyes. Why? Because you shifted within. The world is yourself pushed out. Now consider your body. You may have spoken harshly to it for years. You may have called it weak, ugly, broken, cursed. You may have constantly repeated, I always get sick. I never have energy. My body betrays me. Those words sink deep. The body listens. There was a man, worn and tired, who told me, my back is killing me. It has always been my weak spot. No matter what I do, it gets worse. I said to him, as long as you call it my weak back, you are fastening that label onto your flesh. What if, in the secrecy of your own mind, you began to speak to your back as if it were strong, obedient, renewed? What if you imagined walking, standing, bending with ease, and saying within yourself, my body is my faithful servant. It is strong, it is whole. He scoffed at first. How can words change bones, he asked. But bones, nerves, blood, these are also shadows of consciousness. They are clay in the hands of the potter, that is your awareness. He began this inner practice half-heartedly, but continued. He imagined himself climbing stairs effortlessly. He heard inner words of gratitude. Thank you for this strong back. Thank you for this ease. Within a short time, he found his pain decreasing. Doctors adjusted treatments. Exercises began to feel natural, and he discovered he could do what he had not done in years. Nothing magical from the outside, but the cause was within. The inner speech had changed. I say to you, your body is listening. Speak to it as you would to a beloved friend, not from fear, but from assurance. Feeling is the secret. Do not merely say, I am well. Feel the relief, the lightness, the gratitude of being well. Live in the end. If you desire a free, vibrant body, do not stand at the bottom of the mountain staring up. In imagination, stand already at the summit and look back. Say to yourself, it is done. You may ask, but how will it happen? Which treatment, which doctor, which path? Again, I tell you, do not ask how. The bridge of incidents is not your concern. Your work is simple. Assume the state of the one who already is as you desire to be. Let your inner speech spring from that state. Then allow life in its infinite wisdom to construct the series of events, meetings, inspirations, and shifts that bring the unseen into the seen. Sometimes the bridge will feel gentle, sometimes it will feel like disruption. Old things will fall away, certain doors will close so that others may open. If you judge too quickly, you will call the bridge failure and abandon your assumption. Do not do this. When appearances contradict your inner word, smile quietly. Say within yourself, this too is part of the bridge. It must lead me to the fulfillment of my assumption. Hold your inner speech steady. Let it be calm, simple, unwavering. You are not a leaf blown by chance. You are the wind. Now we speak of something very powerful, revision. Your inner speech has not only formed today, it has formed your yesterdays as well. You may look at your past and feel chained by it. You may say, I was rejected, I was abused, I was humiliated, I failed, I was poor. You may replay those scenes night after night, keeping them alive. But I tell you, you can redeem your past in imagination. There was a woman who carried a deep wound from childhood. Her mother, in anger, had said to her, you are worthless. You will never be anything. Those words became a curse in her inner speech. Each time she tried something new, she heard that voice repeat, you will never be anything. I invited her to revision. I said, go back in imagination to that room. See your mother there. Hear her words. Then gently, lovingly change them. See her soften. Hear her say, I am so proud of you. You are precious to me. You will do great things. Feel the warmth of that moment. Let that be the new memory you feed upon. She did this not once, but many times, until the new scene felt more real than the old. Her inner speech shifted. Where she once said, I am worthless, she began to say, I am deeply valued, I am capable, I am loved. Within months, opportunities she would never have reached for before began to appear. She spoke differently to people. She carried herself as one who had always been affirmed. The world reflected this change. You are not trapped by the past. Your past is only a frozen inner movie you are free to edit. Go back in imagination to painful scenes. Do not relive them to suffer. Relive them to redeem. See the person who hurt you apologize. See yourself strong, dignified, unashamed. Hear different words. Give yourself the inner speech you wish you had heard then. Then bring that feeling into the present. Your subconscious does not distinguish sharply between then and now. It only knows the mood you dwell in. When you revise, you create a new past in consciousness. That new past casts a new shadow into your future. Your inner speech about who you have been determines who you allow yourself to be. So, revise generously. Now I say to you with all solemnity, state is everything. You do not get what you want, you get what you are. If you say, I want money, while holding the state of one who is perpetually lacking, your inner speech will betray you. It will whisper, I never have enough. It is hard, it is scarce, and tomorrow will oblige. But if you quietly slip into the state of the prosperous one, the one for whom supply is natural, your inner speech will also change. You will find yourself saying, of course it will come. Of course there is enough. Of course I am supported. Identity first, evidence later. You must dare to call yourself by a new name inwardly before any outer change has appeared. Say within, I am wealthy. Not as a boast, but as a calm recognition. Say, I am loved. Say, I am healthy. Say, I am free. Do not wait for thee, world, to anoint you. Anoint yourself in consciousness. This is not delusion. This is creation. Ask yourself, if I truly were the one I long to be, what would my inner speech sound like all day? If you were truly wealthy, would you constantly say, I can't afford that? No. You would say, let me decide if I value that. If you were truly loved, would you constantly say, no one wants me? No. You would say, it feels so good to be cherished. If you were truly healthy, would you constantly say, I am always sick? No. You would say, my body knows how to heal. I am strong. So begin speaking from the end now. Let your words precede the evidence. Let your inner tone outrun the outer facts. The outer world is slow, heavy, a lagging echo of old states. Do not be disturbed if after changing your inner speech, nothing outside moves at once. You are not dealing with a machine. You are dealing with living substance. It responds, but it responds in time. Persist. This word is key. Persist. When the old thoughts return, when the old speech tries to slip back, gently but firmly replace them. You are not fighting a monster. You are training a child. If the mind says you always fail, answer softly, no, I always rise, I always learn, I always win in the end. If the mind says they do not care about you, answer, life cares deeply for me. People are kinder to me than I expect. Do not argue violently. Do not shout. A quiet, repeated word shapes stone. Over days, weeks, months, the new inner speech will become natural. When it is natural, it is done. There was a man once who had been unemployed for a long season. He came bitter and tired, saying, I have tried everything. There is no work for me. I am too old. No one wants me. His inner speech was a closed door. I told him, for 3 nights before you sleep and in the morning before you rise, speak differently within yourself. Say, I am in demand, my skills are needed, I am a blessing wherever I go, the perfect position is already mine. Then imagine yourself waking up to go to work with a feeling of purpose. He did this in obedience, though at first he felt foolish. The outer remained the same, but he persisted. One afternoon, a friend he had not seen in years called, asking if he knew anyone with his exact skill set. A position had opened unexpectedly. Within days, he was hired. The pay was more than he had earned in years. To the outer eye, this was coincidence. To the inner eye, it was the bridge of incidents arranging itself around a new inner speech. Your life is full of such bridges waiting to be built. They are invisible until you speak. So tonight, you must make a choice. You can continue to let inner speech run wild, echoing old wounds, old fears, old defeats. If you do, tomorrow will be much like today. Rearranged perhaps, but essentially the same. Or you can claim your divine right as the operant power. You can take hold of your inner word and consecrate it. Make a covenant now with yourself. Decide that you will no longer curse your own life. Be with careless words. Decide that when you catch yourself saying, I can't, you will gently shift to I can and I will. Decide that when you hear within, it never works out, you will answer, it works out better than I expect. Guard your inner speech as you would the doorway of a temple, for that is what it is. Your mind is holy ground. Your words are prayers. Your feelings are incense. And life is the faithful priest that carries those prayers into form. You may say, this is too simple. It cannot be that my fate hangs on such small things as words. But I say to you, nothing is small in consciousness. A single phrase repeated with feeling over weeks and months can move mountains. Your inner speech is forming tomorrow. Tonight, before you sleep, lie quietly on your bed. Let the day go. Close your eyes. First, revise what you no longer wish to carry. See the arguments, the rejections, the disappointments of the day, then replay them as you wish they had been. See the person smile instead of frown. Hear good news instead of bad. Feel yourself strong instead of anxious. Do this until the new scene feels real enough to make you sigh with relief. Then let that feeling carry you into sleep. After revision, step into your chosen end. If you desire wealth, see yourself already wealthy. Feel the security, the freedom, the generosity that wealth brings. From that feeling, say within, this is my life, I live in overflow. If you desire love, feel the warmth of being cherished. Hear the voice that says, I am here, I choose you. From that feeling, say, I am always loved. If you desire health, feel the vitality, the lightness, the ease. From that feeling, say, my body is whole and strong. Let these words be soft, slow, certain. Repeat them until they are the last thing on your mind as you drift into sleep. In that drowsy borderland between waking and sleeping, your inner speech sinks deepest. There the seeds are planted. Tomorrow, the outer may not yet look like your inner declaration. Do not be disturbed. The seed first breaks in the darkness beneath the soil where no eye can see. Trust the unseen. Trust the law. Imagination creates reality. Assumption hardens into fact. Feeling is the secret. Live in the end. The world is yourself pushed out. State is everything. Do not ask how. Revise. Identity first, evidence later. Persist. These are not mere phrases. They are the geometry of creation. So I bless you with this knowing. Your tomorrow is already bending under the weight of the words you speak tonight. Your money, your relationships, your health, your opportunities, your very destiny are being shaped now by the silent conversation you hold with yourself. You are not small. You are not powerless. You are not at the mercy of chance. You are the one who imagines. You are the voice in the dark that says, let there be, and there is. So let your inner speech now be aligned with what you truly desire. Let it be noble. Let it be loving. Let it be abundant. Let it be free. And know with a quiet certainty that life must answer. It must. It must. Tonight inner speech is forming tomorrow. Walk now in the assurance that what you have spoken within in faith and feeling is already done. Go to your bed as a creator, not a victim. Go to your sleep as the wealthy, the loved, the healthy, the free. And as you do, tomorrow will rise to greet you as the reflection of your new word. It is done.